currently present in Kingston, Jamaica. Jamaica, they've already qualified for the World Cup next year, set for Cape Town, South Africa. However, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Cayman Islands, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, and the United States of America. 2 of those teams will be hoping that they can grab a spot to the World Cup next year. Well, what's on the cards for you today? We have a very mouth-watering matchup. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago will be up against Grenada. And let me just tell you, both teams have a 3 out of 3 win record. So Trinidad and Tobago, they've won all their matches. Grenada, they've won all their matches. So what's for sure is today it will mean a lot. It's very, very important because many are even believing that, the team that is able to win today might be tipped to actually take one of those World Cup spots. And the girls, they're extremely excited. They've been putting in all the hard work. They're on the court training behind me, and of course, I've been checking in with both teams just to hear how they're feeling. Extremely confident. Both camps had to say they're very, very confident. Only a couple of minutes away, and we'll be able to find out, what happens, what's that result. But in the meantime, we want to know what happened last night. So let me take you across to my colleague Ricardo Chambers. Ricardo can give us a recap of last night's result.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mariah. Grenada taking on Antigua and Barbuda in their 3rd match of the tournament, and the Grenadians came into this one confident, having beaten on the opening day the Cayman Islands. And they produced another quality effort, winning this one 62-29. Lake putting that shot away for the Antigua and Barbuda team, their highest tally of the tournament. But Letitia Cato at goal shoot and Cecile Howell at goal attack for the Grenada team, proving too strong. Jamaica taking on the USA in our 2nd live game. There was lots of cheering for Gabby Woods, the goal attack there for the United States of America. But she could not stop the Jamaica train. Janelle Fowler started the contest for Jamaica, played just 1 quarter, 13 from 15. And then the youngsters had a field day. Kelsey Jonas started at goal attack alongside Janelle Fowler, and then came on in the 4th quarter as well to join Giselle Allison and Amanda Pinkney, who were all brilliant. So here are the 4 results from yesterday's action. Grenada beating Antigua and Barbuda 62-29. St. Vincent and the Grenadines losing 42-49 to Trinidad and Tobago. That was some match. USA 16, Jamaica 70. No surprise there. And Barbados rolling over St. Lucia 58-26. The standings then coming into day number 3, Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada 3 from 3, both on 6 points. Trinidad and Tobago with a superior goal difference. Barbados in 3rd position with 2 wins from their 2 matches. They have 4 points. And the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, along with the USA, on 2 points. Cayman Islands, Antigua and Barbuda and St. Lucia yet to get off the mark. That's how we stand heading into tonight's fixtures. Top of the table clash, Grenada versus Trinidad and Tobago. That's a massive one, and we have it live for you. Cayman Islands will be taking on Jamaica. USA versus Barbados, and another good game. St. Vincent and the Grenadines coming off that defeat last night to Trinidad and Tobago, favored against St. Lucia. Let's head back to Mariah. She has the coaches for tonight's big matchup, Grenada versus Trinidad and Tobago, at least members of those teams.
Thank you so much, Ricardo. It's now time to talk to the ladies at the helm. I'm standing with the team manager of Grenada, Prudence Lewis, and of course, Kemba Duncan, coach of Trinidad and Tobago. So ladies, what's for sure is tonight is tipped to be a very exciting match. Both of your teams have impeccable wins. You have 3 out of 3 wins so far. Kemba, the first question is for you. Do we expect Trinidad and Tobago to keep up the momentum that they've already started with?
Yes, they will be keeping it up. They are all excited and raring to go. So it's just about coming out this afternoon and executing and dominating at the end.
I've heard the fans saying that whoever wins tonight's match may qualify for the World Cup next year because of how good both teams are. Do you agree?
I think all games are to be taken seriously, not just tonight's game. We still have 3 more games to play outside of Jamaica, and we have to respect each team and come out on that day and do our best.
So what's for sure is Trinidad and Tobago will not be taking any of the teams lightly. Let's check in our prudence, a big game for Grenada. A lot of pressure, would you say?
No, we just intend to go out and play our game. We know it would be tough. We were expecting it to be tough. Using the momentum from the 3 games we've won thus far, we intend to continue with that momentum and do our best.
Can you talk to us about any of the players that would have stand out in the first 3 games that we're expecting to see light up here at the National Indoor Sports Centre?
Any one player? No, we're a team, so I expect the whole team to work together, motivate each other, and do and execute what was taught.
Kemba, of course, again, we spoke about the importance of tonight's matches. Talk to us about the mood in the camp. You, of course, would have had team talks. What are the ladies saying, the Trinidad and Tobago ladies?
I think that they are actually very excited. They have been very positive and supportive of each other. They're just looking forward for each game and ready to go.
I saw the Trinidad and Tobago ladies walking in, and they had this little speaker box and they were listening to the Soca Warriors song. So that's to tell you how they get ready and vibe before a big game. What would it mean to Grenada to be able to qualify for the World Cup next year?
This would be a big accomplishment. We're a small island. It's sometimes preparing for these tournaments are challenging. So being able to get our name on the map, although it's already there through Karani and all the other stars, it would be good for Netball to also put it on the map.
All right, I want to thank both of you so much, and of course, may the best team win.
Thank you.
All right, so we just heard from the ladies, they'll be leading the charges for their teams. We now take a quick break, and when we come back, we have a lot more of netball action just for you.
The big clash tonight, Grenada taking on Trinidad and Tobago at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. Top of the table clash, both teams having won their first 3 matches in this America's World Cup qualifying tournament, and tonight they look to make it 4. Let's have a look at the starting team for the Grenada outfit. Letitia Keita, no surprise, will start at goal shoot. Cecile Howell at goal attack. Tiffany Frederick at wing attack. Denise Cameron at centre. Rachel John at wing defence. Carissa Thomas at goal defence. And Renisha Stafford at goalkeep. Just the team you would expect to start for Grenada. For Trinidad and Tobago, they have Afisha Noel at goal shoot, Joelisa Cooper at goal attack, Chantel Seamungal at wing attack, Oprah Douglas at centre, Janisha Cassimi at wing defence, Jaricia McCracken at goal defence, and Shaquanda Green Noel at goalkeep. The world number 11 side, Trinidad and Tobago, looking for a 4th victory at this tournament. The Grenada team being introduced, Ricardo Chambers alongside Oberon Peterson, Natty Oberon. You must be excited for this one. It's set to be a big one tonight.
Oh yes, it is. It is. I think both teams are evenly matched, with Trinidad having a higher world ranking, so they are more exposed, and so you're going to see very good netball for this game, and also you're going to see, you know, a lot of experience showing on court, and all the experienced players, they really have to step up if they expect to bring that victory home to their respective team.
Yeah, you're very much right about that. So important when you get into these big matches that the players with the experience, those who have been there, done that, step up and lead the way, show the youngsters how it's done, and that's exactly what will need to happen from both teams tonight. They will know the significance of tonight's game. It's the 4th game of 8, so this is the halfway stage, and if you can pick off one of the big teams, so either way, if you can pick off one of the big teams, then you know you're well on your way to Cape Town come next summer.
Certainly, for this match here, a win for Grenada puts them closer to South Africa, and of course Trinidad and Tobago, they're not going to let up easy. They think they're the best in the Caribbean behind Jamaica, so they're going to show their class tonight.
Well, let's see how this one goes. Denise Cameron with the centre pass for Grenada to get us on the way, just awaiting the signal, the whistle from the umpire, and there we go. We've spoken about this so often in the tournament so far, the importance of taking care of the ball, taking care of your centre pass, and Grenada not doing that on the first play. Douglas at centre.
Certainly not. They kind of stood around and not move into space to get the ball, and so it was easy for Trinidad to pick off that ball.
And once it gets into Afisha Noel, she is class, she is quality. She will put those away. And Trinidad and Tobago getting the perfect start. Oh, lovely ball in from Joelisa Cooper. And Noel puts Trinidad and Tobago up 2-0 quickly.
Well, Joelisa has a very good experience. She's been with the Trinidad team for quite some time, so she really know how to place that ball into the circle. And of course, Afisha did a wonderful job of positioning well.
Brilliant defending from Trinidad and Tobago, crowding out Grenada in the centre court.
Unfortunately, it was a turnover from Trinidad there.
Trinidad and Tobago were very disappointed with that because they had gotten the better of Letitia Cato, who is struggling to get possession of the ball here.
Poor passing there by Grenada, trying to get the ball into Letitia Cato rather than, you know, playing it round and create that opening.
And just seeing the nerves there, a miss for Cato, which is uncharacteristic for her, especially from that position.
Very rare, and it's funny, during their warm-up, she was missing quite a lot. You know, in the warm-up when they played a little half-court game, she was missing them right under the post. So she definitely needs to get herself together. She's a very experienced player, having played in England for a while, so she has a marker now, Shaquanda, who is now playing in England. So it's a pretty fair, you know, even matchup right there in the circle.
Very much so. Trinidad and Tobago getting the ball into the shooting circle quite comfortably again. Afisha Noel 3 from 3 now to start this contest. And this is where the problem will be for the Grenada team. Look at the defense from Trinidad and Tobago, crowding them out in mid-court, suffocating them even, making it so difficult for them to advance the ball.
No one is driving to that ball for Grenada. They're just standing around, shuffling rather than moving for that ball. But they happen to get it into the circle to Cato.
And then so quickly Trinidad and Tobago get down the other end. They'll have to be able to stop the Trinidad and Tobago team. So the defending from Grenada almost non-existent.
Certainly nothing, no kind of pressure going into that circle. In that circle to prevent that ball from going in. The keeper is not really, she doesn't look agile at this time, not sure what's going on, but she certainly definitely need to be a threat, you know.
And if you realize at the moment Letitia Cato is being double teamed,
and they're going to keep doing that. I mean, if the goal attack really needs to get herself into that circle to take the double off. Much better movement there by the keeper from Grenada, Renisha Stafford, that contested that ball. And that's what you want to see all the time. You just cannot allow that ball to go into that circle without any type of contesting.
Yes, Trinidad and Tobago were still able to advance deep before any type of pressure was put on the attack. And that is what the Grenada team will have to really work on going forward, because once you get it to the edge of the circle, then it becomes difficult to stop it from getting inside to Noel, or Cooper can do that.
An experienced shot there from Jolisa. Lots of pressure, but she managed to score.
Look at the amount of pressure being put on the center pass of Grenada. They are showing good patience here though, but the options are quite limited as they try to go forward, struggling to get out of the center of the court.
Great pass there by the Cecile Howell into Cato. Let's see if she can finish, and she does.
That's going to be critical, that when the ball gets into Cato, that she puts them away. She cannot afford to miss many, if any, tonight. You already see how this game is panning out, with Trinidad and Tobago scoring comfortably, Grenada having to work overtime.
Yes, that was a great hold there by Afisha, sealing that defender off and getting that ball right under the pole. And Grenada just have to make that adjustment.
Shouts of defense coming from the Trinidad and Tobago supporters. Lovely ball in to Cato, and that's exactly what she wants.
And she did a great job of sealing that defender off. That defender, you know, tried to come around, and she really opened up and was able to get that ball right under the pole.
Shaquana Green Noel playing at goalkeeper for Trinidad and Tobago tonight. Experienced campaigner, plays at a high level, and that will be required tonight. The Trinidad and Tobago team looking solid at both ends of the court right now. The Grenadians have held their own as well. Good take. But now the ball is slow, but lovely movement coming from Cecile Howell at goal attack to create an option.
Pulling back from the defense, everybody had to focus on Cato, and she was able to get it down on that baseline.
Grenada coached by Althea McCollin, a Trinidadian.
Yes. So it'll be interesting. She actually coached them the last time they were at the qualifiers. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, how she, you know, the kind of direction she leads Grenada into.
So far they're holding their own, but they are two behind, one center pass behind in this opening quarter. Since that first center pass, they have been able to take care of the ball, and it is so critical that they continue to do so. Denise Cameron at center, deciding to go direct on that occasion, and Letitia Cato able to hold on to the pass and convert.
Yeah, still, you know, the pass of Grenada team is on top of each other in the attack, and it makes it difficult for them to get that ball and then to get it in the circle.
No turnovers yet by Trinidad and Tobago. No interceptions for Grenada. Commentators curse maybe?
No, well, it seemed that way, because just after that, but it wasn't just a, you know, poor execution on the shooter's part to get that ball pushing off.
What an opportunity this for Grenada to lever early. Lovely ball in. Cato does well to collect. Her bib falls off, but she composes herself, at least tries to, and fights for the rebound literally. And the call goes the way of Trinidad and Tobago. Contact on the goal shooter. And a missed opportunity there for the Grenada team, and now Trinidad can correct what might have gone wrong. Cooper under pressure, misses. So just a little bit more pressure being applied by the Grenadians right now.
Certainly, that was a nice tip there on that shot by Carissa Thomas. She did deflect that ball, causing it, you know, not to get to the pole. So, you know, the defender is, you know, getting into their own, doing their work. The attack just need to sort themselves out. They're a bit on top of each other. And so if you look at Trinidad, they're very clean, clear, very open. They open the court very well, which is the opposite of Grenada at this time.
Yeah, the Grenadians have to continue to be patient when they move the ball forward, looking to score. The pressure is being applied, and you just got the feeling on the last two occasions that they tried to force the play, and here again another arrow coming from the Grenadians. So unfortunate, because at a time when they had the opportunity to level this match, and just like that, the Trinidadians with a 3-goal advantage, and they have the centre pass with an opportunity to make it 4.
But I think each team understands when you lose a centre pass, you're basically 2 points down. So you cannot afford to let that happen. And you know, the Grenadian team has made some adjustment in the circle, and again, however, they're just not able to do it consistently.
Simon Gallo wing attack to Afisha Noel at goal shoot, and the Trinidadians are 4 clear in the opening quarter. This is where you need the experience to settle the nerves.
It's not even about patience. It's just how the Grenadian team is currently using the court. Not effectively. They're in a square. And when you're in a square, you one defender can mark 2 persons. So you have to, you know, create some space. Move when it's your time to move, and not when everybody is moving.
There's another turnover.
Placement of ball and the ability to really hold on to that ball.
Yeah, would have taken something special for Cecile Howell to collect that. And now Trinidad and Tobago with an opportunity to go 5 clear, but they turn it over as well.
And they're looking long, which is a good idea, but it's not there all the time. So they do have to be patient.
Yeah, Grenada all over the shop now.
All over the shops.
And they've completely lost the plot with 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. And Trinidad and Tobago can go 5 clear, and they will also have the advantage of the centre pass to move 6 clear if they are able to convert here.
In the face obstruction.
Ranked number 11 in the world, Trinidad and Tobago. And we see Joelisa Cooper really working her way into this game, taking a little bit of the pressure off Afisha Noel, mixing things up, making it more difficult for the Grenada defense to know who exactly to mark. And look at that, so easy for Noel. Quick ball in from Simongal.
Great movement from Trinidad team, you know, getting that ball into that circle, placing it very well.
And the lead is 6. They're just standing around the Grenadians looking, hoping for the ball to come to them. Now they finally escape. And Kato can do that all night, but they need to find a way to get the ball to her consistently enough.
Certainly, and need to be tight on the marking. No one is really marking close, and they're just allowing that ball to go in, and Jaleesa is just placing them very well.
3:53 to go in the first quarter. Trinidad and Tobago leading Grenada by 6 goals. A lot will need to change from Grenada's end if they are to turn this around.
Certainly they do, and they have to take care down in their attacking end. They're not giving what they are capable of giving in their attacking end. They're not moving when they are supposed to. They're not being aggressive. And a good pass there by Frederick, but then that's just, you see how far that's placed? It means that's desperation. You really need to get that ball down into that, on top of that arc.
That's the point I was going to make. That was more a pass out of desperation than anything else. Of course, it worked on that occasion, but you can't always count on it working.
Because the next thing, and look at the wing attack. She's very short. All you needed was, you know, big hands in front of her, and it is difficult to make that pass at that angle.
Solid opening quarter this for Afisha Noel. Hasn't missed a shot.
No, she hasn't. 13 from 13. And she's in cruise mode.
Trinidad and Tobago leading 15-9. 2.5 minutes to go.
And again, it's aggression. You have to be aggressive going for that ball. I believe Grenada is playing very soft on the take.
Look at how easily the Trinidadians are able to transition down court, move from center court into the attacking third.
Very easy, and no pressure on the ball, no marking in the midcourt.
Yeah, the Grenadians are almost just running around hoping that the ball will come close enough to them.
They're basically playing reacting defense, you know. When they get it, then they react. When the other team gets the ball, they react. That's not the defense you need to play if you're going to win.
Trinidad and Tobago contesting every ball. Howell. A couple of lucky breaks, fortunate breaks for Grenada in that play. And Noel wins the ball. And
oh yes, and she's excited. It's a lot of hard work, so when she can get one, she's very happy about it.
Douglas, beautiful lob inside, and this experienced campaigner Afisha Noel is not going to miss those. 14 from 14 now, 17 to 9.
She's gonna have, and let me tell you, you have the goalkeeper Renisha Stafford, who her primary position is actually a goal attack, goal shooter. So it's a lot of experience beating her. She probably just working in that position for the last 2-3 weeks. So it's gonna be difficult for her. These are experienced goal attack, goal shooter who is shooting and who is making the pass.
There you go, Kato, finishing off that one. She has been good when she has gotten the ball, but the difficulty for Grenada has been able to get the ball into her consistently enough. She's opened up now.
Beautiful look there by Carissa Thomas, the goal defense, placing that ball into Kato.
Strange move from Noel though, leaving her unattended.
I think she's trying to fish for anything outside in the midcourt.
Chance for Grenada to finish strongly here. A couple of misses early for Kato, but she has really settled down.
She has, and Grenada now has started to mark. And like I said earlier, they can get their body on Trinidad. It'll be an even Stevens game today out there tonight. Nice tip there by the keeper.
Yeah, there's the horn for the end of the first quarter. Grenada finished strongly, and they are able to cut the deficit to 5. Trinidad and Tobago for most of that first quarter, showing why they are the world number 11 ranked team, why they are second in the Americas region, and why they are among the favorites to make it to the World Cup. A lot of work for Grenada to do here, but they have started to do it towards the end of that first quarter. At the end of it, Trinidad and Tobago 17-12 over Grenada at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston. So there you have it, Grenada 12, Trinidad and Tobago 17 at the end of the first quarter. America's Netball World Cup qualifying action at the National Indoor Sports Centre. Let's have a look at the highlights from the first quarter over in Peterson. Massive encounter this. The Grenadians starting a little bit nervy, and on the first centre pass they turned over the ball and Trinidad and Tobago made them pay early. Afisha Noel, such an instrumental part of their setup, and once the ball got into her inside the shooting arc, she was making no mistakes in that first quarter.
And that's what you have to have on a shooter, pressure. She's shooting 100%, shooting 14 from 14 because she's getting them easy and she's under no pressure. So definitely Grenada has to apply pressure.
Yeah, Lisa Cooper at goal attack for Trinidad and Tobago doing her business as well, and the experienced Shaquana Green Noel at goalkeeper really doing a good job on the Grenada shooters. both Letitia Cato at goal shoot and Cecile Howell at goal attack. In many cases, you have to give Grenada credit, because for so much of that first quarter they were in it, and had it not been for some sloppy play at 7-8 when they had an opportunity to level, that first quarter could have been very different. But the consistency of Trinidad and Tobago proving too strong.
Certainly, and it's just to get that ball in. They haven't had much attempt, unlike Trinidad, because if you look at the stats, they're pretty much doing this, everything is pretty much even, except Trinidad is really aggressive because they now have 9 contacts against Grenada, who has 5. So Grenada needs to be a bit more aggressive, get that ball into the shooter and just move into the attack. And this, I mean, when you look, both of them shooting great percentage.
Yeah, do the Grenadians have what it takes to turn this around?
They do. Just seeing one changes, but the change I would have liked to see, I'm not seeing yet. So let's see how this goes.
Pressure applied in the midcourt again by Trinidad and Tobago. Grenada getting the centre pass like they did in the first quarter. Can they make it count this time around? The ball inside to Cato. And yeah, she misses again like she did at the start of the first, but this time she gets the rebound and converts. The gap just 4 goals now. And if Grenada can get a strong start to this quarter,
Afisha is just having a brilliant game. She's very confident in it, so you have to get her out of her comfort zone.
The question is, how do they do that? How do they get her from under that goal post essentially and force her to have to shoot from further out?
They need to look where they're going and just get that ball in the circle.
And for Grenada, yes, they need to get the ball in, but that should have been taken by Cato under pressure. Yes,
needed to be aggressive on that take.
Yeah, but at this level you have to take those. It was a delightful ball in and she just didn't handle it well. Brilliant work from Joralisa Cooper, making herself available by the line.
So here's my thing, the goal attack, the goal shoots have been having their way. They're shooting 100% right at this moment. So something has to be given in the circle. You have to at least try to make some kind of adjustment just to see what will happen next. So let's see how this pans out.
And just like that, Trinidad and Tobago have their biggest lead of the night. It's 7. Look at Shaquana Green-Noel. She is pumped for tonight's contest.
She is, and it's great marking there by Trinidad. Grenada just made it easier for them by not moving, just standing there.
She is celebrating every defensive victory as if the Trinidadians have won the match. And that's what I mean when I talk about experienced players stepping up for the big matches, bringing the energy, getting the rest of the team to understand the significance of the moment, the significance of the occasion. And the Trinidadians are understanding that right now in no uncertain manner.
Definitely. And they get a lead like that, they're going to be comfortable and just like pushing it. They're being aggressive. And so again, I say Grenada just need to be aggressive.
Biggest lead of the night. Grenada did make one change at the start of the second quarter.
Yes, they brought in their captain, Shakira Collymore, replacing her with Rachel. Now they have taken off the goal attack and put in a new goal attack there. I believe her name is Celine Brown, very young rookie player.
Yes,
so
Selena
let's see
Brown.
what she can do.
Under 12 minutes to go, Trinidad and Tobago leading by 7. Grenada with an opportunity to cut that lead to 6. Another well taken ball here by Cato, and this time she converts. 15 to 21, 6 the difference. Can Grenada produce the type of consistency needed to get back into this match? And
they really have to tighten up defensively, especially when the ball going into the circle, and get their attacking team going.
Yeah, brilliant work from the wing attack for Trinidad and Tobago, Chantel Simongal. And that's also another aspect of the Grenada team. They're getting the turnovers, they're getting the interceptions, but they're not making them count. They're giving the balls right back.
And that is that makes it difficult. See how aggressive Trinidad is on that ball?
You're battling for a spot at the World Cup here. Trinidad and Tobago leading by 7. 10 minutes, 35 to go in the second quarter.
Advantage, obstruction on defense. Throwing Trinidad. Outside goal circle.
Seamungal easily into Afisha Noel, who continues to shoot at 100%.
Yes, she's 5 from 5 this quarter, and she's getting it easy. She's positioning really well. Jalissa is feeding her, and she's just in her comfort zone. And unless someone gets her out of her comfort zone, she's going to be like that for the whole day, and it's going to be a long night for Grenada. Very strong move there by the goal attack. So hold on to that ball and making sure that she got that contact.
Jamaica playing the Cayman Islands in the other game on court 2. Jamaica leading that one 24-8.
But I think Jamaica know they have that one in the bag.
Trinidad will feel the same about this one as well on court 1. 24-16 the score. Opportunity to make it 25.
For sure, but I believe if Grenada make adjustment, it can be, it can turn around for them. I mean, it's 10 almost, not 10 points, it's 8 points. Still have a lot of time, but they're just getting the better of them.
Yeah, and difficult to overturn a 9-goal advantage though.
Especially when the shooters are shooting 100%. Not easy. It's almost like they're not sure where to go. Everybody's on top of each other, and that pass there is just an inexperienced player who probably haven't had a lot of opportunity to work with Letitia Keita in how to pass that ball.
Trinidad and Tobago doing exactly what you need to do as a defensive unit: apply pressure and force the errors.
Footwork, free pass.
Cooper called for footwork. Grenada almost give it away. They have very few outlets when they get the ball. Look, the options are so limited. Every pass is going into a dangerous position. Every pass that is made by the Grenada team, there's an opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago.
Because they're not running how they are supposed to run. Running timing when it's their time to go, and positioning so that they can get the ball. Trinidad is doing they're turning over the ball, but Grenada is just not capitalizing.
Yeah. Look at that. Obstruction called on the goal shooter on that occasion. And now,
see, nobody's moving to help her. She's a young player. She needs someone. Everyone is stuck in a corner, not wanting the ball, and she's just trying to. And that's just good work there by Selena.
And now Kato from a difficult position.
Wonderful rebound there.
I wonder if the pass was intentional, and Trinidad and Tobago will have it now. Not a lot going Grenada's way in the second quarter.
Not at all. And when you have an inexperienced defender in the circle like Stafford, yes, she has height, but she doesn't have the experience to play against like Jalissa or Afisha.
Trinidad and Tobago leading 9-4 in this second quarter. Here it is again, the ball being turned over by Trinidad and Tobago, but can Grenada take advantage?
See, everybody on one side. Look at this side is open. Everybody running around. Not sure if they want the ball when they run to the spot. But, you know, see, everybody's still standing.
Contact, goal defense.
The Trinidadians doing a really good job of covering the court, but you're right, it becomes easier if everyone is standing on the same side. This one lands beautifully for Kato. She's had a good night, Kato. When she's gotten the opportunities, for the most part, she's made use of them.
So here's what I don't understand. We have a keeper in Grenada team, the Stafford, who is actually a goal attack by nature. And then you have a defender that is sitting on the bench, Shakira Fortune, who is a defender by nature. So I'm not sure what is it, Grenada is looking for. Because, at some level, some positions are just not interchangeable. At this level here, you can't take a shooter and put her in a keeper and think that she's gonna, you can try, but if it doesn't work, you have to make some adjustment.
If you don't understand it, there's no hope for me. Great work being done on Kato, but she escapes on that occasion.
Yes. I hear she's talking to the little one. You have to go forward. See, no marking. That's a bounce pass from a center pass. That should be intercepted.
Trinidad and Tobago have made a number of changes as well. Afisha Noel continuing to dominate inside the circle though.
So everyone is in the circle. Center is taking a while to get up.
Contact, goal defense.
That's a nice pass there by Frederick, the wing attack, feeding it into Kato, and she has to finish. Her workload is very high today because basically she's the one who's putting up the points. We only had one goal from the goal attack that was in the first quarter, Howell, and so Kato is responsible for all 18 goals.
I think we knew coming into this that Letitia Kato would have to do the bulk of the work. Saw Caroline Alexander play last night as well, but I think we could all agree as well that it was unlikely that she would be put into this contest, especially if the coach thought there was, once the coach still thinks there's a chance to win it. Kato will have to carry the burden.
She definitely will, but it would be nice to have a GA trying to help her out to take some off the pressure, and maybe she can get that ball easily coming in.
They have done a much better job defensively, believe it or not, in this second quarter, Grenada. But it's about taking care of the ball when they do get it.
Yes, and they're only 8 points down. It's not even a 10-point lead. So they still have hopes coming up. It's only 8 points.
I would love you as a teammate. You say only 8 points, yes. Only 8 down.
You get a lot of one at a time. You get 3 stops and you're right into the game. 3 stops is 6 goals, and you're right into the game.
20-29, 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Trinidad and Tobago leading Grenada in this top of the table clash at the America's Netball World Cup Qualifiers in Kingston, Jamaica. That's the one issue I have with Kato. A similar issue with Alexander is that I think
they're on the baseline too much. I want to finish it for you. I know that's where you're going with it.
Yeah.
So there's no room for that long pass to go. They're right on top of the baseline, and when I coached her, her position was halfway between the pole and the top of the circle. So it gives all that space back there for her to do her thing. So her positioning needs to be adjusted somewhat, but she's right on the coach's end, so I'm sure they'll give her that information.
Trinidad and Tobago were 5 goals better than Grenada in the first quarter. So far, they are 5 goals better in the second quarter as well. 13 goals scored by Trinidad and Tobago in this quarter, 8 by Grenada. Trinidad and Tobago about to make it 14 as they rush down court. Good defending here.
Patient, they're patient. patient to get someone. That ball could have gone in a long time, I thought, but they wanted to be sure.
Part of the reason they can afford to be patient, though, Trinidad and Tobago, is that they have confidence that there are several different ways they can get the ball into that circle. There's a one-dimensional style to the way how Grenada operate, and what they want to do 99% of the times is to lob the ball into Kato, and because that's the style, they're always looking for that. There's no real plan B.
And they do have other options. I'm not sure if they're aware of it.
Well, we've not seen them yet tonight.
Oh no, haven't.
There you go. Lob into Kato. On that occasion, there was another option.
There you go, right in front. So the pressure is on her. And like I said, when you on a player for 1 hour, it ain't easy. It's not easy.
You would know.
And because the game has gotten so physical, it's like you're not talking on you, you're talking physically on you.
Yeah, Oprah and Peterson Natty, outstanding defender for the Sunshine Girls, was a pivotal part of that bronze medal at the 2003 World Championships right here in Kingston, on the very court that this match is being played on, as we come to the end of the second quarter, half-time in this top of the table clash between world number 11 Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada, ranked at 20 in the world, and the gap between 11 and 9 showing in this contest. The Trinidadians performing brilliantly, their overall consistency just proving too much for Grenada at this stage. The Grenadians overwhelmed in many cases, and at half-time in this top of the table clash, Trinidad and Tobago lead Grenada 32-20, the gap 12. Back at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston, Jamaica. First half completed between Grenada and Trinidad and Tobago. Top of the table clash at the America's Netball World Cup Qualifiers, and Trinidad and Tobago leading this contest 32-20. While Trinidad and Tobago led 17-12 at the end of the first quarter. They scored a further 15 goals in the second quarter and limited the Grenada team to just 8 in that second quarter. And the story of the game really has been that Trinidad and Tobago defensively, they have been very good, making it difficult for Grenada to advance the ball into Cato. And then even when the Grenadians get the turnovers, they are unable to make use of them.
Certainly, it's taking care of the ball and using the court effectively. Grenada has not done that, and they have been struggling to get that ball in, get that ball through court. And you know, Cato, she's doing a good job, but shooting 79%. When you look at Trinidad shooting almost 100%, then you know it's a long night for them.
Yeah, and that last play that we saw where Howell made herself an outlet, we haven't seen enough of that from the Grenada team tonight.
Certainly, she just had one shot for the first quarter and part of the first quarter and part of the second quarter, and as a goal attack you need to have more of that. You look at Jolisa stats, she's shooting 7 from 7, so she's helping with the workload of the goal attack, of the goal shooter Fisher, who seems to have, you know, an easy goal tonight with no pressure, shooting 96%, 25 from 26, and that 26, that missed shot was the last shot when she was trying to make that goal before the time.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago have shown a lot of confidence from the start of this tournament, saying that they believe that they are the best team in the Americas region outside of the Jamaicans, of course, and they are here to show that. They are here to book their place to the Cape Town World Cup next summer, July and August. And this performance, I think, is telling you that this team is ready to make progress to Cape Town.
Well, they mean business, having done, you know, disappointedly at the Commonwealth game. They're looking to, you know, just to let people know that, hey, we're here to do better and to display good netball skill. Look at the work there by Jolisa with no kind of pressure on her.
Yeah, whenever pressure has been applied to her goal shooter Afisha Noel, she has really stepped up and made herself an outlet for her wing attack and centre to find. There are the statistics so far. For the most part, a pretty clean match. Contacts 18 for Trinidad and Tobago, 13 turnovers apiece. So it just shows both teams turning over the ball at a similar rate. Trinidad and Tobago, though, able to take advantage when they do create those turnovers.
Yes, and it shows that they're being aggressive. Look at their contact for Grenada, only 8. You're not going to win game with only 8. You have to be a bit more aggressive, and you see Trinidad being aggressive, challenging everything. So it's obviously that Grenada needs to contest those balls going in and those balls throughout court.
Yeah, in her day, Oberon Peterson Nati by herself probably would have had 8 contacts by halftime.
Exactly.
That's the end of the first half. When we come back, we'll have second half action. Grenada versus Trinidad and Tobago. at the National Indoor Sports Centre. You have Miss Grenada scoring to start this third quarter, and they are looking for a second in a row, and they should have it as well. They do have it as Akato puts another one away, and now they have the centre pass. They can quickly make it 3 to start this third quarter, and it could be a massive boost for them if they are able to complete this here. And Akato does complete it. Could not have asked for a better start to this third quarter for Grenada, and the 12-goal lead now down to 9.
Well, they still have time. They have injected a few new players for Grenada. Shakira Fortune, who is one of their top defenders, has finally graced the court as the goalkeeper, and she and Rachel John will combine together to see if they can make a difference. We have Denise Cameron moving from the center to the wing defense, and Tiffany Frederick is at the center, and they've moved Selena, who was at the goal attack, they have moved her to the wing attack and injected Carleen Alexander at the goal attack. Not a move that I was expecting. I thought you could have had more experienced Stafford, who actually plays the goal attack.
Well, let's see if it works. We speculated about whether we would see Alexander tonight, but I guess with a 12-goal difference, Coach McCollin had to try something, and this is what she has tried. Let's see how it will work out. It has started well so far for Grenada, scoring 4 goals to just 1 for Trinidad and Tobago in this third quarter. Made that 2 now for the Trinidadians, 34-24.
Okay, so the first miss there by Joelisa Cooper, missing her first shot of the game. So we have 2 shooters there holding position. However, they managed to get it to Kato. Let's see if she can convert. Yes, she does.
So the change is working so far for the Grenada team. We spoke about the semi-twin tower last night, and they are on now for Grenada. Carleen Alexander at goal attack and goal shoot. Letitia Kato.
Trinidad is making a bit of a change at this time. Casimir seems to be coming off. They have now injected back Shaquanda Noel Green, who is the captain, and she had taken a breather and brought in not sure, I believe it looks as if it's Jamela McCarthy.
Yeah, Green Noel back at goalkeep, and that's why.
Yes. She has the jump, but let's see a contact here call.
She won't mind that. But what the message she is sending is that I'm here to play hard, I'm here to contest every ball. You will not have an easy night with me in the circle beside you.
Turnover, because you see, you have 2 inexperienced on the attack there. You have the wing attack, who is experienced, the goal attack, who is inexperienced. You really need a senior player. A bit more work there have to be done by Trinidad in the circle. So it's not as easy because, you know, Fortune is doing a great job of positioning.
One touch, goal defense. Come on.
26-35, Trinidad and Tobago leading by 9. They started with this third quarter with a 12-goal advantage. Likely to go back up to 10 now.
Yes. And again, you know, they had a few turnovers. If they were able to capitalize on it.
It's just being able to sustain those good periods. Grenada, they haven't been able to do that.
And being aggressive on the ball.
Yeah, that's why Green Noel is there. Almost got that one.
Great save there by Kato.
Yeah, she pushes Kato away from the target, and she was never confident in that shot.
Certainly not, and that's what good defenders do. They force you out of your comfort zone and challenge you to take that shot. Good hands there by Fortune.
Good coaching as well from Kemba Duncan to spot the move.
Yes, you have to be able to see that, make the adjustment right away.
Yeah, and that's what coaching is all about, as Trinidad and Tobago starting to reassert their dominance of this game, and they're back in front by 12, leveling this third quarter at 6 apiece. And now Grenada starting to struggle again to find passes.
No one is moving for the ball. Everybody's standing looking around, not really moving for the ball.
And even when they do pass, most of the times it's side to side because they can't really go forward or forward and back. Alexander does the desperate thing. She's fortunate to get the rebound.
Yes. She lacks experience in that position, so you have to give her credit for trying and really being
can't miss
confident.
Those. Cannot miss those.
No.
They get a second opportunity and Keita will take it this time. She converts. But that was the thing with Alexander last night as well. The accuracy wasn't quite there. There's no doubt that she is a goal attack or a goal shoot wherever you put her with potential, but she needs time. Maybe in a year or two with work,
yes,
we will see a completely different product. The talent is there.
Yes.
But clearly she needs more time to work on her agility, to work on her footwork, her catching as well.
And her passing, because she's feeding a tall player, so not sure how much practice she gets in that area. And again, the choice of pass to a tall girl like that, because you have a goal attacker as tall as that, you'll never give her a bounce pass in the midcourt, but a high pass. But again, you know, this is a young player here, Selena, very new, not haven't played at this level. So, you know, you're working with inexperience, you work with that, Trinidad will let you pay.
Noel.
Nice timing there by the goalkeeper. So Trinidad is aggressive all over in the attacking area, in the defensive area. They just want the ball.
Jamaica leading the Cayman Islands 45-14 at halftime. The Sunshine Girls on their way to a big number in that game on court 2. Grenada has scored 50 goals in at least in every single match they have played so far in this tournament. Their opening game against St. Lucia, 53-45, 50-40 against the Cayman Islands, and 62-29 against Antigua and Barbuda. They're a long way away from that in this game, though. Although it's not impossible, they are still within reach of that 50. Problem is Trinidad and Tobago already at 40. And look at Green Noel put on the dance. Yeah. Oh, she can do a lot.
Yes.
She can move.
Think she can do when she plays Jamaica?
Well, there are a few Jamaican parties around that I think she would do well at. Do you know the name of the Wednesday party?
What are you asking me? What Wednesday party? Ready? The only Wednesday party I know back then. Ready.
I'm not sure I'm allowed to call the name on air.
Ooh. Well, I don't know it.
I think there's a party for every night in Jamaica.
Oh yes, there is. There is. They used to have, is it Dirty Friday? Dirty Friday?
I think it's Dirty Wednesday. That's what I didn't want to say, but thanks, OB, for introducing it.
I thought that.
Well, we know who hasn't been partying in a long time. 28-42, Trinidad and Tobago in charge of this top of the table clash. Looking for their 4th win from as many matches. Truly on their way to booking their place at the World Cup in Cape Town in the summer of 2023. The next Netball World Cup set for July 28 to August 6. Trinidad and Tobago easing further and further away, weathering the early storm in this third quarter from Grenada, and now stepping clear. Trinidad and Tobago about to score their 11th goal of this quarter. 8 scored by Grenada. They have completely turned this quarter around,
yes,
the Trinidadians. Cooper has done a very good job tonight. Realizes she wasn't in the best position and picked out Noel efficiently. Kemba Duncan must be a pleased woman with what her team has put together.
Definitely, and to think they played a tough match yesterday against St. Vincent. They only won by 7, I think it was 42-49. So they know what they needed to do. Right now they have a lot of back-to-back hard matches, so they're pretty much mentally prepared. They have great help on their bench. Sue Hawkins from Australia, who is working with the Trinidad team.
I think for the most part Trinidad and Tobago will feel, especially if they can get this win tonight, that they have put away most of the most difficult teams, with maybe only Barbados to come, who you would say should give them any serious trouble. Yes. Having beaten St. Vincent and the Grenadines last night and on their way to beating Grenada tonight, they are going to be in pole position to make it to the World Cup next year, and then it's going to be a dogfight between Barbados and Vincent and the Grenadines and Grenada trying to get that second spot.
Yes, I think
big match tomorrow between Grenada and Barbados. Tough schedule for Grenada, that they have to play those 2 matches back to back.
Yes, and then they meet, I believe, Jamaica in the evening, and then they have St. Vincent. So they got their work cut out.
Definitely have their work cut out.
So St. Vincent is actually on the final day for Grenada. So no one is moving.
Under 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Trinidad and Tobago in control by 15 goals. And a chance for Trinidad and Tobago to make that 16. And too easy.
Very easy. Oh, so easy. Afisha is really having her way today. Looking really good, impressive. Really positioning well, being strong, being aggressive, and most of all, she's been finishing those shots.
Yeah, tomorrow, one of 2 days where we have matches in the morning and again in the evening. Grenada will play Barbados. Trinidad and Tobago will play the Cayman Islands. That's in the morning session. And then in the evening session, Barbados will play St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's going to be a big match. And if Barbados win that, then they too will start feeling that they have this under control. Trinidad and Tobago will have USA in the evening session, so that should be pretty comfortable for the Trinidadians.
Yes, they should be able to have their, their hard-working players get a bit of a rest.
And the tough thing for Grenada as well is that match against Barbados is actually in the morning. So not a lot of time at the end of this one to then go and recover for such a difficult assignment.
Yes.
The 2 most difficult assignments in the tournament, back to back, pretty much 14, 15 hours apart. But it's a tournament and you have to be prepared for all these things. They would have seen the schedule. They would have created a plan as to how they're going to deal with it. Of course, they would have hoped that they would have been able to eke out a victory here. That extremely unlikely now as Trinidad and Tobago continue to pour on the pressure. 49-29, 17 goals scored by Trinidad and Tobago in this third quarter. And the Grenadians piling on the errors. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter of Jamaica versus the Cayman Islands. Jamaica leading, what is that, 50-15, I think it is.
50 to
19. Sorry,
yes.
8 minutes to go. Just under 9 minutes to go. Well, this quarter complete. The third quarter of the top of the table clash between Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada. I think we're pretty certain now that it's Trinidad and Tobago who will finish top of the table when this one is said and done. 3 quarters out the way, 1 to come. Trinidad and Tobago well clear, 49 to 29 at the National Indoor Sports Centre in Kingston. Trinidad and Tobago have won every single quarter in this top of the table clash against Grenada. They lead 49-29 at the end of the third quarter. They led by 5 at the end of the first. They extended that at the end of the second to 12, winning that by 7, and they've won this third one by 10 to lead the match by all of 20 goals. And Grenada just struggling to get the ball consistently into the shooting circle. For the most part, Kato has done a good job when she has gotten it, but Trinidad and Tobago just dominating the game from the mid-court, and the movement of the Grenada team, especially when they have the ball, being caught into questions quite often. The outlets limited, the options limited to get the ball to, and a play like the one you just saw, really rare, and a brilliant performance tonight as well by Shaquana Green Noel, the Trinidad and Tobago captain, who has been outstanding at goalkeep. When the semi-twin tower was put together, Letitia Cato and Carleen Alexander at the start of the third quarter, and it looked as if Grenada would go on a run. Coach Kemba Duncan brought back Shaquana Green Noel, and she made a difference in the defensive area. And yeah, there are the statistics: 16 turnovers for Trinidad and Tobago. They continue to be clean, but the turnovers piling up more and more for Grenada, 20 for them. And overall, the story of this one is that Grenada are just unable to take care of the ball tonight, and Trinidad and Tobago just overpowering them, suffocating them in the midcourt. And Trinidad and Tobago now well on their way to a 4th win from as many matches to go top of the table and halfway to the World Cup. 3 more wins would guarantee them a place at the World Cup in Cape Town, South Africa next summer.
So now they have injected Stafford at the goal attack.
Goal defense.
So let's see if this will pay off for them.
Renisha Stafford, who started at goalkeep for Grenada, now in at goal attack. Trinidad and Tobago. With a change at goal attack as well. We'll get confirmation of that shortly.
Grenada also have brought in a new center, Jamie John.
Simon Gunn still at wing attack for the Trinis. That's the quality of Green Noel. She continues to do that. She's feeding on those intercepts tonight. using her height as well. And I think superior athleticism to get the better of Letitia Cato in the goal circle.
And she does have experience, knowing that she has played. She is currently playing in the Vitality League in England.
Tiana Dillon coming in at goal attack for Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, Tiana Dillon went to the Commonwealth Games with the Trinidad and Tobago team, didn't play there, made her debut on opening day in their win over the Antigua and Barbuda team, and then played a really good game in their second match against St. Lucia. And with Trinidad and Tobago pretty much safe, she comes on to partner Afisha Noel, who continues to just dominate the goal circle.
She has been spectacular all evening, positioning, getting that ball strong in the circle, and just shooting excellent. Well, she has 2 misses, a bit of a not concentrating, bit of a lapse there.
(30-53), Trinidad and Tobago up by 23. Final quarter, under 12 minutes to go. A dominant display tonight from Trinidad and Tobago. You have to give them a lot of credit. They came out with purpose, clear understanding of what needed to be done tonight, and they have executed really well. And Kemba Duncan, I think the coach will be quite pleased with how well they have done. In many ways, my player of the match, well, of course, if we did name one, would be Shaquana Green-Noel, for the work she has done on the defensive end tonight, for her tenacity, for her drive, for her understanding of the moment. She's gotten called for the contact there, but she's had an outstanding night, I think.
She has, and she gives them that energy in that defensive area, and she really marshal it. Even when she gets that ball or that intercept, she really, direct that path where that ball needs to go, and get that ball out. And I have to give credit to the shooter, Afisha. It's the best I've seen her since tournament. She's really done great tonight, shooting really strong, shooting a high percentage.
Big players turn up for big matches. I think Trinidad and Tobago as well would have been pacing themselves throughout this tournament. They know that they have a lot of matches to play, and at the risk of running out of steam, they have paced themselves really well. And they have certainly turned up the ante tonight. 33-55, 22 the difference.
Yes, and Cato is still carrying the load for the Grenada team. No one else has scored for in the last quarter, and this quarter is all Cato.
She's pretty much been left alone in the circle. Makes the job of Green-Noel even easier, if you ask me. Here's Dillon.
Obstruction, goalkeeper, both defenses out, penalty pass.
Big match this for Dillon as well, coming in here in the final quarter. Played well earlier in the tournament, but this is a bigger occasion, and yes, would be easier because her team is well clear, but she will want to put down a performance that will convince Coach Duncan that even in tougher situations, I can be relied on.
And she has shown that all throughout this game today.
Oh, lovely pass into Noel from Tiana Dillon. And well, Noel is just at the peak of her powers right now in this game. Won't miss those. But I think at the end of the day, in judging Noel, right, she just hasn't been put under enough pressure, to be perfectly honest.
None of the shooters have. I'm sorry, but none of the shooters have. Anisha Stafford not able to finish.
Have to finish those.
Oh,
have
yes.
to finish those. The game is long gone, but they still have Barbados to come in the morning. They have St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and there is still hope to qualify for the World Cup, but those will be two matches they must win. And that's an area they will have to improve on. Trinidad and Tobago racing now, 34-59. Just over 7.5 to go. This will be a massive hit to the confidence level of the Grenada team as well.
Smart play there by Jamie John to set a pick to get our goal attack in.
Cato finishes off.
Contact goal shooter, penalty pass.
And the goalkeeper for Grenada saying, finally,
yes,
I get one of those calls.
Let's
finally.
hope they can take care of it and get it out of that center court. See everybody there. They're not running. They're just like scattering. All five is there.
And then the long, hopeful ball lands for Cato, and she finds the room to score. Barbados coming up next against the United States of America, a match the Gems fully expected to win. Jamaica leading 6-2, 23 over the Cayman Islands in their game on court 2. A quarter to go.
Stafford finally gets one in after 3 attempts.
37-59. Trinidad and Tobago leading by 22. Dillon.
Advantage outside center. Obstruction, penalty pass.
Sinks that one, Tiana Dillon.
She wants to be part of that team, and not only part, she wants to get playing time. So she's getting the job done. She's doing everything to get the job done. I would too.
Yeah, for sure. Great experience this for her playing at this level. But
again, it's just poor passing. The passing is poor.
For players like Dillon, and there are others in the Trinidad and Tobago setup as well, maybe someone like a Chanel Dolland, where this is them auditioning to say, I want to be in Cape Town. Mind you, the job is not over yet for Trinidad and Tobago. They still have work to do in trying to get to Cape Town, as Noel has been taken off. So clearly Kemba Duncan now feels that she has this one, and there is Green Noel again on the defensive end. She has been magnificent tonight.
Obstruction, goalkeeper, penalty pass. defense, lessening a distance.
Highest score in the tournament so far, 74 by Jamaica against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Jamaica also had 70 against the USA. Barbados had 67 against the Cayman Islands. The Jamaicans, I think, will break that 74 in their current game against the Cayman Islands. But Trinidad and Tobago, what can they do in this one against Grenada? They're at 62, 37, 3:55 to go in the final quarter. And the Trin is pulling further clear.
Oh yes, and the substitute coming in doing a fabulous job, and that's what you want. When you make changes, you want whomever comes in to lift that game and, you know, show that you know the game as well. And that's been paying off for Trinidad all night.
64-37, Trinidad and Tobago leading Grenada, 3:35 to go.
Section goal defense.
Cato's futile effort continues. Chanel Dolan, like we saw on Sunday night, partnering Tiana Dillon in the circle. The cheeky pass not working out on that occasion. I think part of the issue for the Grenada team, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't feel as if they have the most athletic players.
They're just not fit.
And that's maybe part of why you don't see the type of running and movement and getting into space that you see from Trinidad and Tobago. You see a lot of still movement. Well, you don't have still movement, do you?
No, you don't. But it shows that the fitness are in question for sure. Not able to run with the players, stay with them, mark them. So they're basically allowing them, you know, basically to do anything they want to do because they're not totally being aggressive on them. And we saw that with the stats showing how little of contact Grenada had.
Aggression takes fitness though.
Exactly, and it means that you're on top of the player. It shows that Trinidad has been very aggressive because they've been contesting every ball that Grenada passes.
If there is one thing about sport, if you're not confident in your level of fitness,
and no one is marking back on the attack, no one, so they're leaving the workload on the defenders who is already at a disadvantage because they're not able to keep up with their man.
2 minutes to play. This is a big performance from Trinidad and Tobago tonight. One that I'm sure will leave coach Kemba Duncan thoroughly pleased. '40th goal for Grenada. The Spice Girls outplayed tonight.
For sure, certainly.
Calypso winning in Kingston. Although the reggae beat is sounding over on court 2. Jamaica leading 66-24 over the Cayman Islands.
They're able to, Trinidad is able to pass, make their cuts, get back the ball. The same person who passed it got back the ball. And it's just, you know, it's just a long day for Grenada at this time.
Yeah,
long night. They're not able to
Full-time goalkeeper Trinidad.
65-40. 20 goals the difference. Green Noel
taking a rest, a duly deserved rest.
Yeah, exits the contest having dominated tonight. My player of the match.
Yes.
Cato sings the 41st goal for Grenada.
And by the way, she's responsible for 41.
Just over half a minute to go for 40 of the 41.
Yes, she is.
Trinidad.
Yes.
Tiana Dillon finishes off for Trinidad and Tobago, 66-41. Just about 10 seconds to play. Grenada, can they get one more? Perfect chance to do so, and they do. Good way to finish the contest for Grenada.
Little too late, but was able to finish it.
It's a calypso party in Kingston tonight. Trinidad and Tobago go top of the table with a dominant performance over what appeared to be a dangerous Grenada outfit. Kemba Duncan's girls, though, just too good. They dance to glory, and they are that much closer to Cape Town, South Africa. They win tonight, and they do so convincingly. It's 6-6, 42, 24 goals the difference. Trinidad and Tobago on their way. Well, you can say the coast is now clear. Opening centre pass. Grenada lost it. Trinidad and Tobago took advantage, took the early lead in this contest. They won the first quarter 17-12, led 32-20 at the end of the second. Then in the third, Grenada came out with purpose. They had Letitia Cato at goal shoot and added a similarly tall figure, Carleen Alexander, at goal attack. And they got out well, scoring 3 unanswered goals, but then Trinidad and Tobago reasserted their dominance in the contest, started to dictate play, make it more difficult for Grenada. Shaquana Green-Noel was brought back into the game, and she made a massive difference on the defensive end for Trinidad and Tobago. And as the game went on, it became clearer and clearer that they had too much firepower for the Grenada team. And Oprah and Bridgerton Natty, Trinidad and Tobago, simply too good for the Spice Girls tonight.
I have to agree. I have to agree with you. They really started out excellent, really dominating at both ends, finding their shooter, and Afisha, she was so accurate along with Jolisa, and they brought in 2 extra ones. So it's good that you can bring in everybody. I think everybody on Trinidad team had a chance on court tonight. Grenada has to be worried about their performance, because it just was a bit dismal. They lacked energy, they lacked aggression, and of course the attackers just did not produce what they needed to do to really help this team.
Yeah, at the end of it, they did score 42 goals though. Grenada, the first time this tournament that they haven't gotten up to 50. And there you have it, 40 contacts for Trinidad and Tobago. Obi spoke about their aggression they showed throughout the match. 22 turnovers, and for Grenada, 30 turnovers, 20 contacts. Trinidad and Tobago just too good tonight, winning 6-6 to 42, and they go top of the table. A tough turnaround for Grenada, because they have Barbados on Wednesday morning, and that's going to be another difficult affair. Well, Mariah Ramarak has the captains. Let's head to her.
Well, the Trinis are flying the red, white and black extremely high here in Jamaica, and pleased to be joined by their captain, Shaquanda Green-Noel. Shaquanda, what a win!
It's an ineffable feeling. I can't describe in any words how great it feels to get that win on the board.
How difficult was it though up against Grenada? Because there was sometimes Grenada got the momentum, and it appeared as if they would snatch the victory from you.
I don't think it's appeared that way to any of my teammates or to myself. Full credit to the Grenadians. I think that they came out firing, but we had a game plan and we stuck to it.
So what will be the mood like heading into the remainder of the matches? Do you think, that World Cup spot is closer than you can ever imagine?
It's an... That World Cup spot is definitely up for grabs. I think we have other teams gunning for us. This win was so important to boost our confidence, to ensure that we get those 2 points on the board. It's the indomitable spirit of the girls right now will carry us through the rest of the games.
Well, Shaquanda is extremely happy, as you can see, and you have all right to be. You can go back and enjoy with your team. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we just heard from the Trini captain. We're now going to be joined by Shakira Collymore from Grenada. Not the kind of result you would have expected. What went wrong today?
I think we have a lot of injuries, and it showed that we weren't able to enjoy the entire match, but I really think that we put up a good fight. The first 2 quarters we were there with them, we tried to stick it out, but we were at the losing end. But I don't think it's a loss completely for the tournament. We still have more matches to go, so I just think we need to refocus and regroup and go ahead with the other matches. We're still in the mix, so we just have to continue fighting.
Yes, Shakira, when you speak to the ladies in a short while, what would be the main message to them coming out of today's matches, just to ensure that you don't have any more losses and you grab that extra spot?
I would definitely tell them chin up, because hey, we have 3 wins, 1 loss. We are still in it, so chin up. We regroup, we refocus. We do our review of the match and see what went wrong and what could have been done different. And we just work towards the other matches.
Shakira, all the best, and of course we're rooting for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we just heard from both of the captains. Let's now check in with Ricardo Chambers. Ricardo, how are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. So are the Trinis after that performance. The indomitable spirit of the girls, says the captain, Shaquanda Green-Noel. 66-42, Trinidad and Tobago, too good for Grenada. Still 1 more match to come on our live coverage. Barbados versus USA, that's coming up.
SportsMax team as well, and I'm just keeping up the good work and everything as along with teamwork.
So who is your star player and let me ask about the star player.
Our star player.
I don't know no more question. What's my next question?
So as we were saying, it'll be a great match. The star player right is Akeem Porter.
Akeem Porter.
Yeah.
So you expect great from Akeem Porter in this?
Yeah. He's a working asshole, you know.